The story begins with Maddie, a 35-year-old woman. Her mother had taken out a loan for their house, but she's no longer alive, and her father lives separately. As a result, Maddie is now burdened with paying off the house loan. To earn money, Maddie works as an Uber driver at night and a part-time bartender during the day. One day, a government employee tries to impound her car from her house because she could unpay the latest installment of her house loan. This government employee happens to be Maddie's ex-boyfriend, and she tries to persuade him not to take the car. Maddie flirts with him, saying she still likes him. However, the ex-boyfriend then sees a man coming out of Maddie's house, someone she had slept with the previous night. Enraged, he drives away with Maddie's car. New opportunities after losing her car. Maddie is working at the bar, where her best friend and her husband also work. Maddie tells them about her troubles, explaining that her car was seized and she's worried about how she'll drive for Uber at night and pay off her house loan. Maddie's friend shows her a job listing from a wealthy family. This affluent family is looking for a beautiful young woman to date their 18-year-old only son. And in return, they're offering a valuable car. Maddie learns that they're looking for girls aged 20 to 25. Despite this, she decides to try for the job because she desperately needs to pay off her house loan. The deal: the next day, Maddie arrives at the wealthy family's home and meets the couple who placed the ad for their son. They explain that their son, Percy, is 18 years old, but very shy and awkward. He has very few friends and spends all day playing video games in his room. They reveal that Percy has no experience talking to girls, drinking, or going to parties. He's very innocent and prefers to stay in his comfort zone. Percy's parents want Maddie to date him and boost his confidence so he can become smart. Before going to Princeton University, they worry that if their son doesn't live a little before college, it will affect his personal life. While Percy's parents initially wanted a younger girl for the job, Maddie convinces them that she's the right person for it. Percy's parents agree and ask her to become Percy's girlfriend and make him smart. They also ask Maddie to be intimate with Percy and emphasize that the deal between them must not be revealed to Percy under any circumstances. The first encounter, Maddie borrows her friend's husband's car and goes to an animal shelter where Percy volunteers. She dresses beautifully to attract him. Maddie pretends to adopt a dog and asks Percy to show her a dog. Percy shows her a dog and then takes her to his office to fill out a form so he can understand why she wants to adopt a dog. Instead of filling the form, Maddie starts flirting with Percy. This makes Percy flustered, and he tries to leave quickly to go home. Maddie offers to drop him off in her van. Percy says he came by bicycle and tries to make an excuse to leave. Maddie stops him and puts his bicycle in her van, leaving him no other option but to get in the van with Maddie. Percy thinks Maddie has kidnapped him, and when she starts driving towards her house instead of his, he panics. When Maddie stops the car near her house, Percy pulls out pepper spray from his bag and sprays it in her face, causing Maddie to writhe in pain outside the car. She tells Percy that she was unkidnapping him, but just wanted to go on a date with him and even compliments him. Hearing this, Percy brings her water to clean her face and eyes. Percy then tells her that he also wants to go on a date with her. A night out that night, Maddie takes Percy to a bar, but Percy arrives in shorts, making everyone laugh. Percy and Maddie start talking, and since Percy doesn't drink, they both have juice. Suddenly, Maddie's ex-boyfriend appears, showing off his wedding ring and saying that his life has changed for the better, and he's much happier since. Maddie left his life. He warns Percy to stay away from Maddie, and then leaves. Maddie tells Percy that the guy was an alcoholic, which is why she left him. Afterward, Maddie takes Percy to a deserted beach at night. Maddie asks Percy to take off his clothes to swim in the ocean, but Percy is scared. So, Maddie takes off her clothes in front of him and goes into the water. Maddie calls Percy to join her. Seeing her, Percy gathers courage, takes off his clothes and goes into the water. Just as they are about to get intimate, 3 drunken boys and girls of Percy's age arrive and steal their clothes, which contain their wallets, phones, and keys. Maddie tries to stop them, but when they start to leave with the items, Maddie gets out of the water naked and starts fighting the 3. The 3 get scared and return their belongings. When Maddie goes back into the water, Percy is disturbed by her violent behavior and tells her she shouldn't fight like that. Maddie tells him that if she hadn't stopped them, they would have run away with their belongings. Then, Maddie tries to get closer to Percy, but he backs away, making Maddie angry. She gets out of the water, puts on her clothes, starts her car, and begins to leave. Percy comes to her and apologizes. Maddie gives him his clothes, and then takes him to her house. Growing closer, Maddie tries to seduce Percy again. She even dances to get him closer, but Percy doesn't approach her. Then, Maddie asks him to dance in the same way. Maddie wanted their deal with Percy's parents to end quickly, so she could get the expensive car, which is why she wanted to get intimate with Percy quickly. Percy wanted to get to know Maddie better first, and didn't want to be intimate with her yet. However, Percy kisses Maddie for the first time. Meanwhile, Maddie notices a blister on Percy's back. Seeing this, she applies lotion to his back. Percy tells Maddie that before she came, he used to stay home because his friends made fun of him and he was afraid to talk to girls. This was why he didn't like going out. Maddie also tells Percy about herself, and a connection starts to form between them. A change of heart after this, Maddie and Percy continue to date, learn more about each other, and their friendship deepens. They play together, go out, and have fun. Gradually, Percy starts to open up to the outside world. Maddie teaches him to enjoy life and live freely. That same night, they go for dinner at a fancy restaurant where Percy plays the piano at Maddie's request. Everyone loves it and praises him. Maddie is also very happy to see Percy's piano playing skills. At this restaurant, Percy meets his school friend, who invites him to a bachelor party happening that night. Maddie watches them talk and feels a little jealous internally. After this, Maddie tells Percy that she will be leaving this town in a few days. Hearing this, Percy gets angry and leaves to go to his friend's bachelor party. Maddie also gets in the car with him and tries to stop him, but Percy tells his driver to drive fast and starts drinking. Percy and Maddie arrive at the party venue by car. Percy gets out of the car and leaves Maddie alone in the car, going inside the party. Maddie also goes inside after him, but the people there are all Percy's age. They all see Maddie and start making fun of her, calling her auntie. But Maddie ignores all this and looks for Percy. She finds out that Percy is in a room with the girl who invited him to the party. Maddie sees that the room door is closed, so she shouts for them to open the door. When they don't open it, Maddie forces the door open and goes inside. There she sees Percy sitting on the bed with the girl, although they haven't done anything intimate. Maddie sees that Percy is sick because he drank too much alcohol. Maddie takes him to the bathroom to make him vomit. Just then, the parents of the children also arrive there and tell Maddie to leave. So Maddie takes Percy and leaves. As they are driving in the car, Percy tells her that he is ready to be intimate with her and that he loves her. Hearing this, Maddie thinks Percy is very drunk and that it's not the right time for them to be intimate, so she refuses. Consequences and betrayal the next day, Percy's parents notice that he is now more confident and smart, which makes them very happy. Percy tells them that he doesn't want to go to Princeton University anymore because he has a girlfriend named Maddie and wants to stay with her. Hearing this, Percy's parents get upset because they wanted Percy to become smart before going to Princeton University. But now that he doesn't want to go to university, their plan starts to fall apart. So, Percy's parents call Maddie and ask her to meet them. Tell her that the job she was hired for has been completed, so she doesn't need to do anything with Percy anymore, and she can take the expensive car as per the deal. Unfortunately, Percy is leaving to learn to drive his father's car. His phone is connected to the car's Bluetooth, so he overhears their conversation. This reveals Maddie's truth to him. His heart breaks and he believes that the girl he thought was his girlfriend was hired by his parents for him. Revenge and resolution the next day, Percy invites Maddie to lunch to meet his parents. Percy's parents try to act as if they have never seen Maddie before. Percy also doesn't reveal that he knows the whole truth. Just then, Percy gets a call from his friend who volunteers with him at the animal shelter. Percy comes out of the house and takes the car that was meant for Maddie into the jungle with his friend. Percy and his friend push the car and crash it into a tree, severely damaging it. Percy does all this to get revenge for Maddie's betrayal. When Percy returns home, he tries to get close to Maddie. Maddie agrees, because she was about to end everything. But Percy is saddened by Maddie's betrayal, so he stops and tells Maddie that he knows everything that happened between her and his parents. Percy is very angry and doesn't want to see Maddie anymore because Maddie pretended to love him. Maddie tries to explain to him that she did all this out of compulsion, but Percy doesn't listen to anything she says, and Maddie leaves. She also gets the car that Percy's parents gave her, which Percy had crashed. Moving on, Percy gets very angry with his parents and tells them to let him live his life as he pleases. He starts spending most of his time in his room again, playing video games. He doesn't answer any of Maddie's messages or calls. Meanwhile, Maddie gets the car given by Percy's parents repaired and collects enough money to pay off her house loan. In celebration, she throws a party for her friend and her husband. But her friend tells her that she's pregnant and looking for a new house, because they were living at her parents' house before. Hearing this, Maddie sells her house to them at a low price, because Maddie didn't want to stay in the city anymore and was now moving to California. After this, Maddie goes to Percy's house to meet him because she feels bad for him, but Percy isn't there. She gets his address from his parents and goes to meet him, but Percy still refuses to talk to her. Then Maddie apologizes to him and tries to explain. Finally, Percy forgives her. Then Maddie tells him that she is going to California. Hearing this, Percy is happy for her. After this, on the day Percy is about to go to Princeton University, he packs his bag and says goodbye to his parents. Before going to California, Maddie comes to pick him up to drop him off at the university, and then they both leave together.